It feels cool to the touch, worn smooth by the passage of centuries and the hands of countless merchants, soldiers, and emperors. This is not just a piece of metal, it is a fragment of history, a whisper from the opulent world of the Mughal Empire. Each scratch on its surface tells a story. Each elegant swirl of Persian script speaks of a time of unparalleled artistic achievement and immense power. These coins were the lifeblood of one of the world's most magnificent empires. They paid for the construction of grand tombs like the Taj Mahal, financed vast armies, and flowed through the bustling bazaars of Delhi, Agra, and Lahore, connecting the empire to the farthest corners of the known world. The story of Mughal coins is a journey into a lost world of incredible wealth and artistic sophistication. It is a tale of emperors who saw themselves as shadows of God on earth, and who used these small metal canvases to project their glory across their vast domains. From the intricate floral patterns to the poetic verses praising the ruler, every detail was carefully considered. These coins were more than just currency. They were miniature monuments, portable declarations of imperial authority. They traveled in the pockets of traders along the Silk Road, were buried in earthen pots for safekeeping, and were offered in temples and shrines. To study them is to unlock the secrets of Mughal courtly life, its economic systems, and its deep connection to art and poetry. This essay will take you on a journey through that history. We will begin in the glittering court of Emperor Jahangir, a ruler with a deep passion for art and nature, whose coins broke from tradition and became objects of incredible beauty. We will explore how these precious objects were made, following the path from the mines to the imperial mints, where skilled artisans brought them to life. We will see how successive emperors, from the pious Aurangzeb to the later, less powerful rulers, adapted the coinage to reflect their own personalities and the changing fortunes of their dynasty. It is a story filled with grandeur, intrigue, and unexpected turns that continue long after the empire itself had faded into memory. Our exploration will not end with the fall of the great emperors. We will travel to the fringes of the collapsing empire to meet fascinating figures like Baba Bhomanshah, a Sikh holy man who, in a surprising twist of fate, continued minting coins in the Mughal style. We will uncover tales of buried treasure, of farmers stumbling upon hoards that rewrite our understanding of history. Finally, we will look at how the passion for these coins lives on today, inspiring a global community of collectors, historians, and enthusiasts. The legacy of the Mughals, it turns out, is not just written in stone and manuscript. It is stamped forever in silver and gold. The story of the most artistically ambitious Mughal coins begins not with the empire's founder, Babur, but with his great-grandson, Jahangir. Ascending the throne in 1605, Jahangir, whose name means conqueror of the world, was a man of complex character. He was a connoisseur of the arts, a lover of nature, and a diarist of wonderful perception. While his father, Akbar the Great, had standardized the empire's currency to create a stable and unified economic system, Jahangir saw coinage as something more. He viewed these metal discs as a personal canvas, an opportunity to express his unique tastes, his romantic inclinations, and his supreme authority in a way that no Mughal emperor had before. His reign marked a distinct and spectacular departure from the purely functional coins of his predecessors. Jahangir's innovations were immediate and dramatic. He introduced a series of stunning portrait coins, a practice that directly challenged orthodox Islamic tradition, which generally forbade the depiction of living beings. These coins showed the emperor seated on his throne, holding a goblet of wine or a flower, presenting a regal and worldly image. It was a bold statement of his power and his unique interpretation of his role as monarch. The inscriptions on his coins were equally revolutionary. Instead of simple titles and dates, Jahangir's coins were often engraved with romantic Persian couplets, beautifully composed verses that linked his name with the sun and moon. or declared that the gold coin was illuminated by his radiant image. Perhaps the most famous and beautiful of Jahangir's numismatic creations were his zodiac coins. Issued between 1618 and 1624, this series replaced the traditional month of issue with the corresponding sign of the zodiac. Each of the 12 signs, from Aries the ram to Pisces the fish, was depicted with exquisite artistry on gold and silver coins. These pieces are masterpieces of miniature art, reflecting the emperor's deep interest in astrology and the cosmos. The creation of such a series was an act of immense creative confidence. It transformed the currency of the empire into a celestial gallery, a daily reminder to his subjects of the emperor's sophisticated and divinely connected rule. These coins were not just for trade, they were objects of wonder. The influence of his powerful wife, Nur Jahan, is also immortalized in metal. In an unprecedented move, Jahangir issued coins bearing her name alongside his own. One famous couplet on these coins reads, "By order of Shah Jahangir, gold has 100 beauties when the name of Nur Jahan Badshah Begum is struck on it." This was a public declaration of her immense power and influence within the court, effectively making her a co-sovereign. Through his ambitious and deeply personal approach, Jahangir transformed Mughal coinage from a tool of the state into a celebrated art form, setting a standard of beauty and innovation that would be admired for centuries to come. The creation of a Mughal coin was a process that blended raw industrial might with the delicate touch of a master artist. It all began deep within the earth, in the silver and gold mines of the empire and beyond. Silver, the backbone of the Mughal economy, flowed into India in vast quantities from the New World, arriving via European trading ships. Gold came from Central Asia, Africa, and domestic sources. This raw bullion was brought to one of the many imperial mints, or Dar-ol-Zab, located in major cities like Agra, Delhi, Surat, and Lahore. Here, the metal would begin its transformation under the watchful eyes of a hierarchy of skilled officials, from the mint master to the humble hammerman. The first step was purification. The raw metal was melted down in intense heat, its impurities skimmed away until it reached the exacting standards of purity for which Mughal currency was famous. The standardized silver rupee and the gold mohur were renowned across Asia for their consistent weight and high-grade metal, making them a trusted medium of exchange far beyond the empire's borders. Once purified, the molten metal was poured into molds to form long bars. These bars were then hammered or cut into small blank discs of a precise weight, ready to receive the emperor's mark. Each blank was carefully weighed to ensure uniformity, a critical aspect of maintaining economic stability across a sprawling and diverse empire. The true artistry happened next. This was the work of the die engraver, a highly respected artisan who painstakingly carved the emperor's titles, the date, the mint name, and intricate decorative patterns in reverse onto steel dies. This was incredibly skilled work, requiring a steady hand and an artist's eye. The Persian script, with its elegant and flowing lines, had to be perfectly rendered. Floral sprays, geometric borders, and poetic verses were all engraved with microscopic precision. One die was created for the obverse, the front, and another for the reverse, the back, of the coin. These dies were the heart of the minting process, the source of the coin's identity and legitimacy. Finally, the coin was struck. A blank metal disc was placed between the two dies. The lower die, known as the anvil die, was fixed into a solid block. The upper die, or punch die, was held by hand. Then, with a powerful and precise blow from a heavy hammer, the images and inscriptions were forcefully impressed onto the soft silver or gold. This hammer-striking method is why many Mughal coins are slightly irregular in shape, and why the full design of the die is not always visible on the coin. It also means that no two handmade coins are ever exactly alike. Each one is a unique product of this centuries-old partnership between fire, metal, and human skill. In an age before mass media, Mughal coins were the most effective and widespread form of imperial propaganda. They were, in essence, pocket-sized billboards that circulated to every corner of the vast empire, carrying the name and titles of the reigning emperor. For the majority of the population who would never see the emperor in person, this small piece of silver was the most tangible symbol of his rule. The inscriptions were a powerful assertion of legitimacy and authority. The standard legend on a coin would typically declare the emperor's name, his grand titles proclaiming him King of the World or Defender of the Faith, and the year of his reign. This was a constant daily reminder of who held power. The design of the coins changed with each new ruler, often reflecting the new emperor's personality, piety, or political situation. When Shah Jahan, the great builder of the Taj Mahal, came to power, his coins became more uniform and orthodox than his father Jahangir's. The flamboyant portraits and zodiac signs disappeared, replaced by the kalima, the Islamic declaration of faith, enclosed within a square or circular area. This change signaled a return to a more conservative Islamic identity. The elegance of the script and the balanced geometry of the design projected an image of a stable, orderly, and pious ruler, presiding over a golden age of prosperity and architectural splendor. The long and controversial reign of Aurangzeb brought further significant changes. A deeply devout and austere Sunni Muslim, Aurangzeb considered the presence of the kalima on coins to be sacrilegious. He worried that the holy words would be defiled by falling into the hands of non-believers or being trampled underfoot. Therefore, he ordered the kalima to be removed from all coinage. In its place, he introduced Persian couplets that praised him as the world grasper and the adorner of the world. While removing one religious element, he replaced it with verses that reinforced his own regal status, demonstrating that even for the most pious emperor, the coin remained a primary tool for self-glorification. As the Mughal Empire began to decline in the 18th century, the coinage tells a story of fragmenting power. Later, weaker emperors in Delhi continued to issue coins in their name, but their actual authority was shrinking. Meanwhile, regional powers and even foreign entities like the British East India Company began to strike coins that imitated the Mughal standard. They often kept the Mughal emperor's name on their coins, even while they were actively usurping his power. This was a pragmatic move, as the Mughal rupee was the trusted currency of the subcontinent. The coins of this era are a fascinating and often poignant record of an empire fading into a symbolic shadow of its former glory. Mughal coins were the engine that powered the empire's vibrant economy. The standardized silver rupee, with its reliable weight and high purity, became the dominant currency for all significant transactions, from the collection of land revenue to the financing of massive military campaigns. Every year, provincial governors and local tax collectors gathered vast sums of silver rupees from the peasantry, which then flowed into the imperial treasury to fund the state. This unified currency system, established by Akbar and maintained by his successors, knitted together the diverse regions of the subcontinent into a single, integrated economic zone. A merchant could travel from Bengal in the east to Gujarat in the west, confident that his silver rupees would be accepted everywhere. Beyond the borders of the empire, Mughal currency was a highly respected international medium of exchange. The port of Surat, on the west coast, was a bustling hub of global trade. Here, Mughal silver rupees were exchanged for European goods, Chinese porcelain, and spices from the East Indies. The sheer quality of the Mughal coins made them sought after. Shipwrecks discovered in the Indian Ocean and off the coast of Australia have revealed hoards of these silver pieces, tangible proof of their extensive reach. The constant demand for silver to fuel the Mughal mints had a profound impact on the global economy, linking the fortunes of a farmer in northern India with silver miners in faraway Mexico and Bolivia. In the daily life of Mughal society, coins played a central role. While the silver rupee was the standard for large transactions, smaller copper coins, known as dams or paisa, were used for everyday purchases in the marketplace. A worker's daily wage would be paid in copper, and this is what people used to buy food, cloth, and other necessities. The value of copper coins could fluctuate depending on the local supply of the metal, creating a complex, multi-tiered monetary system. Gold mohurs, being of extremely high value, were not used for daily trade. They were primarily for hoarding wealth, for large-scale imperial transactions, and for giving as magnificent ceremonial gifts at court. Coins were also deeply woven into the social and cultural fabric of the time. They were a key part of marriage ceremonies, given as dowry or gifts. They were offered at shrines as a form of devotion, and were given as alms to the poor. The act of minting coins, known as sikka, was one of the key prerogatives of sovereignty, along with having the Friday sermon, or khutbah, read in the ruler's name. When a new emperor ascended the throne, one of his first acts was to strike coins in his own name. This act, more than any other, announced his sovereignty to the world. The coins were therefore far more than money. They were symbols of power, stability, and identity. As the mighty Mughal Empire crumbled in the 18th and early 19th centuries, its center could no longer hold. Power devolved to regional governors, Maratha warlords, Sikh measles, and European trading companies. Yet, the ghost of the Mughal monetary system lingered powerfully. The Mughal rupee had been the bedrock of the Indian economy for so long that its format, weight, and purity were the undisputed standard. Aspiring rulers and local chieftains understood that, in order to facilitate trade and project legitimacy, their own coins needed to look and feel like the currency people trusted. So, a fascinating phenomenon emerged: the widespread minting of coins in the Mughal style, often bearing the name of the powerless Mughal emperor in Delhi, by rulers who were effectively independent. In this chaotic and transformative period, a truly remarkable story unfolds in the region of Punjab. It is the story of Baba Bhomanshah, a revered holy man from the Udasi sect, a spiritual order that traces its origins to the son of the first Sikh guru, Guru Nanak. Bhomanshah was a figure of immense spiritual authority, respected by people of all faiths in his locality, near the town of Pakpatan. According to historical accounts and local traditions, during the late 18th century, the Durrani invaders from Afghanistan granted this saintly figure the right to operate a mint. This was an extraordinary privilege, a testament to his influence and the respect he commanded. The mint established by Baba Bhomanshah and continued by his successors produced silver rupees that are a fascinating hybrid. They were struck in the name of the contemporary Mughal emperor, adhering to the familiar imperial format. However, they also included a special mark or symbol that identified their unique origin, linking them to the saintly authority of Bhomanshah. These coins, sometimes known as the Bhomanshahi rupee, were cruder in their execution than the fine products of the imperial mints at Delhi or Agra. The calligraphy is often less refined and the strikes less regular, yet they are a powerful symbol of a world in transition. The story of the Bhomanshah Mint is a perfect illustration of how the Mughal coin legacy survived the empire itself. It shows that the authority to mint was no longer solely the prerogative of a hereditary emperor. It could be granted to or adopted by a spiritual leader, a testament to the shifting nature of power in 18th century India. For the people using these coins, the name of the distant Mughal emperor provided a comforting sense of continuity, while the local mint mark guaranteed the coin's quality and value within their own region. These humble silver rupees connect the grand imperial narrative of the Mughals to a local, spiritual tradition, representing a unique and often overlooked chapter in the subcontinent's rich numismatic history. The story of Mughal coins is not confined to museums and private collections. It's also a story of rediscovery, of chance finds that bring the past roaring back to life. For centuries, people in India have buried their wealth for safekeeping. In times of war, invasion, or instability, burying a pot filled with silver and gold coins was the safest way to protect one's life savings. All too often, the owner never returned to reclaim their treasure, leaving the hoard to lie dormant for generations, just waiting for a farmer's plow, a builder's foundation, or a flash flood to reveal its existence. Each discovery is a time capsule, a snapshot of the currency in circulation at a specific moment in history. One of the most famous types of discoveries involves hoards of Jahangir's zodiac coins. These coins were struck in relatively small numbers and were likely prized as collectibles even in their own time. Finding even a single one is a numismatist's dream. Over the years, several small hoards containing these beautiful pieces have been unearthed, each one causing a ripple of excitement through the world of collectors. These finds help historians understand which mints produced which zodiac signs and give a clearer picture of their distribution. The discovery of a hoard can sometimes be the only evidence we have of a previously unknown mint or a rare coin type, literally rewriting the catalogues. Legends and folklore are often entwined with these discoveries. Stories abound in villages across India and Pakistan of ancestral treasures buried under old trees or in the walls of crumbling havelis. One enduring legend speaks of a massive hoard of gold mohurs from Aurangzeb's treasury, lost while being transported across a river during a monsoon storm. While such tales may be embellished over time, they're rooted in a historical reality. The movement of vast amounts of treasure for military payrolls or tax collection was a common feature of Mughal administration, and losses due to banditry or natural disasters were a constant risk. These stories fuel the romantic appeal of numismatics, the dream of uncovering a lost imperial fortune. The scientific study of coin hoards provides invaluable data for economic historians. By analyzing the composition of a hoard, the dates of the coins, the mints they came from, and the proportion of coins from different rulers, scholars can map trade routes, understand the velocity of money circulation, and even pinpoint periods of economic distress. For instance, a hoard containing a large number of very old, worn coins alongside newer ones might suggest a time of economic hardship, where old savings were being brought back into circulation. Each buried pot of coins is a silent witness, and its discovery allows us to listen to the economic heartbeat of the Mughal Empire. The fascination with Mughal coins is more alive today than ever before. The hunt for these historical treasures has moved from the dusty bazaars of Old Delhi to the brightly lit world of international auction houses and the vast digital marketplace of the internet. A global community of collectors, ranging from academic historians to passionate hobbyists, is dedicated to acquiring, studying, and preserving these miniature works of art. For these modern-day treasure hunters, the thrill lies not just in owning a piece of the past, but in the intellectual challenge of identifying a coin, understanding its context, and piecing together the story it tells. The pursuit is as much about knowledge as it is about possession. The journey of a modern collector often begins with a single coin, maybe a common silver rupee of Shah Jahan or Aurangzeb, purchased from a dealer or online. This first acquisition opens a door to a vast and complex world. The collector learns to decipher the elegant but challenging Persian script, to identify the mint marks that reveal a coin's origin, and to recognize the subtle variations that can make a seemingly common coin a rare variety. This process of learning and discovery is a deeply rewarding intellectual pursuit. Collectors build specialized libraries, consult with experts, and engage in lively debates on online forums, all contributing to a shared pool of knowledge that grows with each new participant. The digital age has completely revolutionized the hobby. Websites and online auction platforms have made it possible for a collector in California to bid on a rare zodiac mohur being sold in London. High-resolution images allow for detailed study of a coin from thousands of miles away. This global connectivity has created a more transparent and dynamic market, but it also comes with challenges, most notably the proliferation of forgeries. Consequently, the modern collector must also become an expert in authentication, learning to spot the subtle, telltale signs of a counterfeit piece. The community relies on trusted dealers and third-party grading services to help navigate these risks. Beyond the individual pursuit, collectors play a crucial role in the preservation of history. Many of the most important discoveries and scholarly insights in Mughal numismatics have come from the dedicated efforts of private collectors. They meticulously catalogue their holdings, publish their findings in journals, and often make their collections available to researchers. Some of the world's finest collections of Mughal coins are in private hands. In time, these private cabinets are often bequeathed or donated to public institutions, ensuring that these precious fragments of the Mughal legacy are preserved for the education and inspiration of future generations. The modern collector is, therefore, not just a hobbyist, but a custodian of history. The story of the Mughal coin is a grand narrative of art, power, and commerce, cast in the enduring mediums of silver and gold. From the moment Emperor Jahangir turned them into personal artistic statements, these coins became more than just money. They were the voice of the emperor, carrying his image, his faith, and his poetic declarations of glory to the farthest reaches of his domain and beyond. They were the instruments of a sophisticated economic machine that fueled one of the world's wealthiest empires, their standardized purity making them a global currency, trusted from the coffee houses of London to the ports of Southeast Asia. Each coin is a testament to the remarkable fusion of artistic vision and state power that defined the Mughal age. This legacy did not vanish with the last emperor. As we have seen, the influence of the Mughal rupee was so profound that it outlived the empire itself, providing the blueprint for currency across the subcontinent for generations. The surprising tale of Baba Bhomanshah and his spiritual mint is a powerful reminder of how the symbols of Mughal authority were adapted and repurposed in a changing world, their legitimacy flowing into new channels of power. The coins themselves, buried in the earth in times of trouble, have become time capsules, their rediscovery offering priceless insights into the economic and social rhythms of a bygone era, connecting us directly to the hopes and fears of those who concealed them. Today, the echoes of the Mughal mints resonate in the halls of museums, the catalogues of auction houses, and the passionate online forums of collectors around the world. The modern enthusiasm for these coins ensures that their story continues to be told, their secrets deciphered, and their beauty appreciated by a new global audience. To hold a Mughal coin is to connect with this magnificent past. It is to feel the weight of history in your hand, the ambition of Shah Jahan, the piety of Aurangzeb, and the artistry of the countless unnamed craftsmen who transformed metal into majesty. In the end, the coins are perhaps the most democratic legacy of the Mughals. While grand tombs like the Taj Mahal stand as singular, immovable monuments to imperial love and power, these small discs of silver and gold were made to move. They traveled, were exchanged, and touched the lives of millions, from the emperor on his throne to the peasant in his field. They are the most intimate and widespread artifacts of a world that has long since disappeared. A tangible link to the great river of history that flowed through the heart of India. Their story, stamped in metal, is a story that will continue to fascinate and inspire for centuries.